Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith and you're watching another What I'm Reading Right Now video here on the channel. This is the first What I'm Reading Right Now of 2024, and I'll be honest, it's a little bit of a fail. I have read one book since we last spoke. I've read 0 books in the whole of 2024. I need desperately to get out of this slump, so I'm hoping this video will motivate me. I will talk to you about what I have been reading, I will talk to you about what I'm currently reading and what I'm planning on reading next, and then we're going to talk about my reading goals for 2024, because oh boy, do I need to get back on track. The only book I have finished is The Unbroken. I did actually manage to finish this before the end of last year. This is the first book in C.L. Clarke's Magic of the Lost series. Terrain is a woman who has been taken from her homeland, raised in another place to become a soldier, and is now back in her homeland in order to try and contain the rebellion that is brewing there. Luca is the heir to the throne and has been sent to this place in order to try and settle things so that she can prove that she is the right person to rule, and the two of them kind of end up together. It is a story about empire, it is a story about colonialism. It is really good. I honestly can't say why it took me so long to finish it. All I will throw out is that I'm finding it equally hard to get into The Faithless, so I think it is just a my brain problem thing. But I've switched my video schedule around to give me a bit more time, and I'm feeling a bit less pressure about finishing The Faithless now, so I think it will be okay. I did really enjoy The Unbroken when I finally managed to sit down and read it, so I do still definitely recommend it. I'll talk about it more in an upcoming video. I'm going to tell you all the other things I have scheduled to read this week, and you can just infer from the fact that it's already Wednesday that I'm not going to get to all of them. First up, I have this copy of The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O. I've had this for a full year now. I bought it in the Waterstone sale at the beginning of 2023, and I need to read it. I need to read it so that it's not been on my shelf for more than a year unread, because that feels wrong to me. I have 2 review copies on my list. One is The Principle of Moments. I have started this. I'm like 3% of the way through, but I am going to be reading it. I also have The Cautious Traveller's Guide to the Wastelands. I'm slightly further through this, but I think I need to prioritise Principle of Moments because it's out sooner. But I'm going to try and read as much of both of those as I can. I'm also trying a thing this year where I endeavour to read a library book and a book from Everand every week. I don't think it's going to happen early on in the year, but we're trying our best. My library book is going to be A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid, which I'm going to get from the library today. That is my lunchtime task. And then my audiobook, it will be A Study in Silence, which I've had on my list for ages. I'm just trying to get through all the stuff that has been saved on my Everand for forever. So yes, the start of this year has not gone well. I'm already behind on every single one of my goals because I just cannot motivate myself to read anything. I am hoping that it will be just the case of I need to finish a book and then life will feel better from there on out. We shall see. Right, I have been fairly loosey-goosey with goals this year because I start a new job in 6 days and I don't want to completely pressure myself in every single way to get a billion reading projects started and launch a whole new series or anything. So let's talk goals. Books read. I am intending to read 200 books in 2024. This has been my reading goal for the last 3 years, possibly 4 years. Every single year I read more than that. Last year I read 260 books, but 200 books is enough that it's a motivator to keep reading, but it doesn't feel totally overwhelming at this time of year. Pages read is an interesting one. Last year I aimed to read 100,000 pages and I managed to miss it by about 4,000 pages. And that was with really pushing myself at the end of the year. But I'm pretty sure, I haven't actually gone back and watched it because watching my own videos is a terrifying experience. I'm pretty sure that what I said was I set that as a goal kind of just to see roughly how many pages I could read in a year, and knowing now that it is about 96,000, I would like to lower the overall goal for the year, and if I beat that, that's wonderful. If I happen to hit 100,000 pages, amazing, but I'm not going to pressure myself to try and hit that when I've missed it 2 years in a row. So all that to say, my pages read goal is 75,000 pages this year, which is very doable. My only other goal for at the end of the year, this is the state I would like to be in, is that I would like to have my TBR be under 10 books. Currently my TBR is at 7 books. For me, a TBR means all the books that I own that I haven't read and all the review copies I have that I haven't read combined. 7 books, very doable. Can I keep it around about that mark for the full year? So that means not bringing in too many books and then leaving them on my shelves for a year. I'm looking at you, Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, and also reading the review copies that do come in. In terms of my regular reading, so month to month, week to week, I've obviously mentioned that I would really like to read a library book and an Everand book every week in an ideal world. However, I don't necessarily know how achievable that's going to be across the whole year, especially when I'm already feeling behind. So I have loosened it slightly to be that I would like to read at least 2 library books a month, and I would like to read at least 2 Everand books a month. It's 4 total. That feels very manageable. I don't quite know how I'm going to track that yet, but that's for future Judith to worry about. That's my current target, I guess, that I'm trying to hit. In terms of series I would like to finish, I have set myself a goal of finishing 4 series this year. One of them is Animorphs. That has been a target for probably 3 years in a row now. This year I think I can do it. I'm going to schedule it, I'm going to think about it carefully, I'm going to manage it. I am not going to promise videos for each of them, so if you're a person who came for the Animorphs and has stuck around this long, thank you so much. I think I'm going to do one big ending video. That's the plan. Can it be done? Stick around to find out. A big beefy page goal helping series is the Dandelion Dynasty. I have read books 1 and 2 of this, however I would like to do a reread of them, and yeah, this is just one of those series that has been nibbling away at the back of my head as something I should definitely finish sometime, and this year is the year. A series that I haven't even started that has just been, again, on my mind for a long time is Marie Brennan's Onyx Court books. These are her Fae stories. I've taken one out of the library before, many, many years ago, but I never actually read it. This is just one of those things. I haven't had a series that I haven't started that I've had to read all the way through in a very long time, and I think it might just be exactly what I need. And a series that I have started that I would like to finish is the Imperial Rajd series by Ann Leckie. This is just one of those ones where I've read book 1, I never read any of the others. They come up in conversation fairly often. A lot of people in my life have read them, so it'd be a good thing to have finished, I think. That's another goal for the year. As usual, I don't have things like subscriber goals or views goals because I don't like to have targets that are out of my control, and I can't control if you subscribe to the channel. I can just ask nicely. But I have 2 things to do with the channel that I'd really like to happen this year. One is that I'd like to make a minimum of 2 new release review videos every month. So picking 2 books from that month, making sure they have a dedicated review video, because I've not been great at actually making the review videos for the new releases that I read. And the other thing is more kind of for me personally, is I'd really, really like to try my absolute hardest to stick to my schedule for videos, in particular for Overbooked, because it is one of those things that just all it takes is 1 week to slip and it really spirals out of control. I'd like to get ahead of myself a bit. I'd like to give myself a bit of breathing room. In order to do that, I need to at least start from a place of feeling on top of things. So I need to get back on top of things, and then I need to stick to it as best I can. Very, very broadly speaking, I think I would describe my goals for this year, where I want to be at the end of 2024, is I want to still be here. I don't want to have burnt out on BookTube. I appreciate a lot of people have moved away from the platform. A lot of people are feeling the burnout. I think I'm very good at remembering to take my rest weeks, at really pushing myself to not push myself, which sounds very confusing, but I think I'm good at that. I would like to still feel like I'm good at that, and I would like to do all of that while balancing this new job, where I currently don't really know how intense that's going to be, what hours I'm going to be working. I have no real sense of it yet, but we will reflect in 6 months, I guess, and see how things go. That's pretty much all of my reading goals for 2024. I do have a T. Kingfisher read-along that I'm working on the scheduling for at the moment, so stay tuned for that, but otherwise I don't have any big projects planned at this stage. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see from me? That was your opportunity to let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, let me know what your reading goal is for 2024, if it's a numbers one, if it's a more vibes kind of based target. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. While you're down there commenting, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. You can also come hang out on Discord, where we have chill chats about books. I'd like to say an enormous thank you to all the ghosts who haunt me over on Patreon. They support the channel and in return get early access to videos, bonus content, access to my weekly live streams, and more. If you'd like to join their number, that's linked below as well. Thank you so much to you for watching. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one. There's gonna be some bloopers now. I need to see what else I need to read. And my Everand book will be A Study in Silence? The Story of Silence. I believe it is currently. In fact, I can look. Why am I not just looking?